Hi guys, this is Fo, the Weekend Gamer. I just recently bought Greedfall. Just came out on Steam, and yeah, it's if you like Dragon Age, if you like Mass Effect, this is kind of like your kind of game. So it's a role-playing game, but there's definitely a lot of character build, and you get companions and stuff. It's actually a really fun game right now. I just finished the first part of the city, which is basically serves as a kind of like an intro to this world. Now, I'm actually not a fan of pirates, so I think the theme is kind of like a pirates or some kind of later after armor and like medieval stuff that you normally see in these kind of fantasy settings. So I'm not too crazy about the pirate thing, but it's definitely unique because all the characters have hats and stuff. And depending on where you are in the city, you can disguise yourself with different costumes and stuff. So it's kind of a fun role playing game. Um, right now, I want to say I think the best part of this game is actually the quests. You may only get one or two quests, but the quest takes a really long time to complete. It kind of reminds me of kind of like The Witcher, where you might have multiple way of solving the same kind of quests. For example, one of the quests is I had to find the cabin boy right before we set sail, and you can just not do the quest, which is fine because the cabin boy doesn't have a vital role in the ship sailing part. You can find him, and then once you find him, there's more backstories like how he was sold into the servitude before he was born, and his father kind of regrets it. And I'm actually giving away some spoilers, so I'm not going to continue on anymore. But let's just say there are just very multiple ways of solving the quest. You can basically you can kill everything in your path, or you can sneak around. Those kind of thing, and it's good. I mean, depending on the way you play the game, you can approach it very differently, depending on how you play and what your character is. So you can customize your character to a T. The only part is that you can't remove the scar that's on your face. It's not really a scar, but some kind of thing that's on your face. And you can't change your name. And I think the reason why you can't change your name is they mention the person's name in the dialogue, and so obviously if you pick a unique name, they're not gonna say it in their dialogue tree. So you can't pick your name, which I really didn't like, but that's fine. What else? But yeah, so far combat is probably the weakest part of the game for me anyway. They I'm playing it on normal, but it feels really easy, and you have to get used to it because it's not a it's kind of janky sometimes too, because I feel like when I hit that potion, the healing potion, I want it done right away, but obviously there's some kind of animation that gets involved, and then so it takes a few seconds off the thing, and by then the enemy might hit you and hurt you. So what else? The best part of this is that you can actually choose to not get any help from the software, so you can play it full immersion, which means that there's going to be no hints. You can just wander around the city and follow your quests, or you can basically like real life. You're not going to get a map. You're just going to wander around till you recognize where you need to go or what you need to do. So it's definitely you can play it that way, and some people do choose to play it that way. personally want it a little easier, and so I want the computer to tell me where I have to go and what I have to do. Just follow that the quest that they give you. What else? If you play Dragon Age 2 or maybe Dragon Age Inquisition a little bit, kind of has that same kind of formula. You do have different skill sets that you can choose from. At first, I thought I was going to put all my skill points in firearm, but I find that the firearm is actually not very satisfying the way you activate it. I believe you can change the buttons around if you must, but it's just not very good. And then you're limited to your ammo, so you might not have a lot of ammo anyway. So to rely so much on firearm is kind of might be a bad call. And they do it on purpose too. They don't want a firearm to overpower your enemies or anything like that. So I basically am putting a lot of my points in kind of melee combat, but like I said, it depends on how you play it. If you feel like you need to be a magic user, you can do it that way. I'm still kind of very early in the game that I haven't even gotten to this island, and once you get to the island, obviously it's an uncharted territory. You can kind of play as explore as much as you like. And it's somewhat open world, open-ended, so you can choose to go here or there depending on what you do. And anyway, so I'm looking forward to the thing, because I just set sail, and we're going to land in the new city. As far as if you played Dragon Age before, you're familiar that you get to have companions that follows you. Your party can be, I think, up to two at a time with you. So, it's I don't know what else I can add. Is that your companion might actually leave you if you don't agree with them. Let's say if they want you to go somewhere but you don't, and you keep putting it off or whatever, they'll just leave your group on their own. And you can have relationships with your companions as well, so that's kind of interesting. And all the kind of Bioware stuff that a lot of people seem to love in those games. So there is a lot of dialogue and a lot of audio recording. So if you have patience and kind of want to see the story unfold, it's kind of fun to just listen to the voice actor do their lines and stuff. It's really cool. It's almost like you're watching a movie at some point, because the dialogue can go on and on and on. I do have a somewhat of an impatient nature to my games, that I want to skip a lot of stuff, and I do skip it if I like blah blah blah, skip, and then I just get on with my thing. So if you play Final Fantasy, if you played Mass Effect, that kind of thing, you're probably familiar with this thing. Your dialogue tree, you can obviously answer accordingly to how your character plays, but yeah, you can have some options there. What else? What else? Like I said, I haven't played I've only played that beginning part, but what that beginning part is, I must have sunk in at least just 4 hours or 5 hours just exploring that first part of the game. That this game might be a lot bigger in scope and size and stuff like that. What else? So far, I do love it. I don't know how I'll feel about it after putting another 20 hours into it. But so far, if you like Dragon Age, if you like that kind of gameplay, I definitely recommend you picking it up. I might suggest waiting for a sale if you don't want to pay that steep $50. It's definitely going to be a game that's going to go on sale. Yeah, I'm not too, like I said, I'm not too crazy about that. This kind of piracy, kind of cloth leather, like kind of romantic clothing that everybody seems to wear. I'm not too crazy about that. I'm more into the armor and swords and shield, that kind of thing. So but yeah, I hope maybe the makers might go back and kind of make a game similar to Dragon Age. Yeah. For now, this is basically Pirates Age, if you like, I guess, to coin a term. But what else? All right, thanks for watching.